It's production time. I'm Reid Stefan, realest puppet in the game. Today, I'm sharing a next level reverb trick to create movement in the stereo field of your mix. This is a really epic trick to create the effect of front to back panning, which makes the sound appear like it's moving closer to your face and further away in the stereo space of the listener. Now, these effects can be achieved with most reverb plugins, but there's a new plugin by Dear Reality called EXOVERB that I think really takes it to the next level. Let's open EXOVERB and use this in a few places throughout the drums, synths, and vocals of this Ableton session. All the beats and drums are made from whole loop samples, and it's very dry and unprocessed, and that's what we're going to be fixing with EXOVERB. Let's take a listen from the beginning.
Okay, got you. Yep, I got you. Old school, it's true. Yeah, I thought you knew. Old school, it's true. Nah, I ain't new to the school. I'm old school. My whole crew. Ooh, I thought somebody told you. Old school, it's true. Yeah.
So as you could hear, the production sounds good and the mix sounds good. Everything's kind of dry and centered, and there's not much stereo width going on. So the first place I want to add EXOVERB is on the vocals of my mix. And I'm going to drop it right here onto this channel. And like I said, all of these vocals came out of the Easy Party Vocals Volume 1 sample pack available at wholeloops.com. And these are completely dry, but they're already processed with some compression and EQ to sound professionally mixed. Let's take a listen.
Okay, got you. Yep,
Let's turn on EXOVERB.
Old school, it's true. Yeah. I thought you knew, old school, it's true. Nah, I ain't new to the school. I'm old school, my whole crew. Ooh, I thought somebody told you. Old school, it's true. Yeah,
ooh.
I thought you knew.
So this is EXOVERB, and what I started out with is my absolute favorite part of the plugin, which is this triangular user interface. And this is a brilliant way to choose between early reflections and reverb tails and dry signal, or any combination in between those three that you like. And we can close this up until later, so we can simplify it even more. This is like an XY axis with some dry signal mixed in to blend your flavor between early reflections and tails. And if you want to switch the way the reverb sounds, there's over 50 different presets in this menu, so you could find the perfect vibe to match your song. But let's check this out back in the mix now and talk a little bit about how I'd use this. I really love the way the early reflections sounded on this, as I really intended this for it to be a dry styled mix. But just a dry style doesn't mean there's not room for a little bit of special effects. Let's take a listen to what this sounds like with just some early reflection and the dry signal.
Okay, I got you. Yep, I got you. Old school, it's true.
Hey.
Yeah, I thought you knew. Old school, it's true. Nah, I ain't new to the school. I'm old school, my whole crew. Ooh, I thought somebody told you.
Without it.
Old school, it's true.
Back on.
I thought you knew.
So that's what early reflections is doing to the vocal. It's a very tight, almost chorusing effect to give you something nice and wide without creating a lot of extra tails and overlapping stuff.
Okay, I got you. Yep, I got you. Old school.
You can even automate it from here to here as the vocal comes in. But let's keep this on just a little bit, and we're going to use the Modern Hall preset just for this one.
Okay, I got you. Yep, I got you. Old school. It's true. Yeah, I thought you knew.
And then just below here, you can adjust the common reverb things like pre-delay, which gives a little bit of a gap between the dry signal and the reverb signal.
Okay, I got you. Yep, I got you. Old school. It's true.
Let's turn up the size.
I thought you knew. Old school. It's true.
That changes the decay tail.
I ain't new to the school. I'm old school. My whole crew. I thought somebody told you. Old school, it's true.
And increase the width.
I thought you knew. Everybody stop when I walk. Everybody listen when I talk. I look like a boss. Everybody stop. Everybody when I walk. Old school, it's true.
And as you can see, just moving this dot around, you could have so much fun with the different parts of the song, like the verse with the traditional reverb tails, and then back to the hook with the tighter early reflections. I absolutely love that. And if you want to actually create that automation, let's have it stay here. And then during the verse, we'll have it move this way.
Everybody stop when I walk. Everybody listen when I talk. I look like a boss. Everybody stop. Everybody.
And then right when he says, everybody stop, we'll have it cut hard back down to a short.
Everybody stop. Everybody.
And then back to a long one for this noise. I literally created this vocal out of hook and vocal one-shots from the sample pack, so things are literally spliced together here. And that's also why it's a stereo vocal instead of a mono one. But we recorded a bunch of mono vocal ad-libs and things below, and I'm going to show you how to process those with EXOVERB in just a second.
Everybody, when I walk, oh, school.
And then we're back.
When I walk.
We can do a little slope down, higher.
When I walk, oh, school.
Boom. And we've just created reverb with movement to differentiate the verse and the hook.
Yeah, I thought you knew. Everybody stop when I walk. Everybody listen when I talk. I look like a boss. Everybody stop. Everybody, when I walk, oh, school.
Now, there's no mix or wet dry control directly on this plugin. So if you wanted to do a parallel situation, we could throw this into a group, which is effectively just an aux channel. And we'll call this one our dry. And this will be our EXOVERB. And we'll do this at 100% mix.
I thought you
and control the level like this.
When I walk, everybody listen. When I talk, I look like a boss. Everybody stop. Everybody, when I walk, oh, school. It's true.
And without it.
Yeah, I thought you knew. Oh, school.
And back on.
It's true. Nah, I ain't new to the school. I'm old school. My whole crew.
And the vocal just sounds so huge and wide with the effect on. Just a very simple reverb trick, but EXOVERB really allows you to automate your reverb in a way that I wasn't really able to do before. This is just so easy to slide around this triangle interface. I absolutely love it. And if you want to dive even deeper, you can EQ the sum or the early and late reflections using these filter controls to better shape the tone, but I absolutely love what it's doing. Maybe I'll make it a little bit less bright on the vocal.
Yeah, I thought you
maybe more bright.
Everybody stop when I walk. Everybody listen when I talk. I look like a boss. Everybody stop.
Really simple way to add some movement to a vocal. And we could do the same thing here on these ad-libs. We're going to be saucing these up all kinds of different ways. And then after the vocal, we're going to go into the beat and create some nice space within the elements in the beat. I think for these vocals, we'll do just a nice tight, somewhere in the middle. And we could just leave that with no automation, just like that.
Boss, everybody stop. Everybody, when I walk.
And let's listen to this vocal sample down here.
Oh, school. It's true.
I'm going to copy the same reverb that we have going on here, or I could just copy these samples up onto this channel. Same thing.
School. It's true. Nah, I ain't new to the school.
Maybe we'll just hit these background vocals with a little bit less brightness.
School, it's true. Nah, school, it's true. Nah, I ain't new to the school. I'm old school. My whole crew. Ooh, I thought somebody told you. Old school, it's true. Yeah, I thought you knew. Everybody stop.
So down here below these single ad-libs, we could delete this channel because we don't need it anymore. We have a breath loop going.
School, I'm old school. My whole crew.
Let's hit these with a longer reverb tail. I love the default preset, maybe just a little bit less wet. And let's make these nice and bright. Nice and wide. Add some depth as well. And let's listen with and without. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought you knew. Everybody stop.
so many different custom reverbs and spaces and effects that you could create to bring this entire vocal production to life, made entirely out of dry one-shots. I'm going to do the same thing that I did here. For the goes, I want those processed the same way. That's nice.
You knew,
maybe even drier though.
It's true. Nah, I ain't new
right
to the
top.
school. I'm old school. My whole crew. Ooh, I thought somebody told you. Old school.
And for this group of yups, I'm going to grab the more early reflection leaning reverb. Let's actually push this all the way to the left. Nice and bright on those.
It's true. Yeah, I thought you knew.
About 50% of the mix.
When I walk.
Listen to how much bigger this group sounds.
Yeah.
And without it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom. That sounds so fresh. We could do the same thing with the growl. Actually, since this kind of has like a crescendo to it, let's do something that matches the vocal performance. And let's have our EXOVERB slide from here to here, and we'll go all the way wet. Actually, we'll go from right to left. So I'm going to automate going this way. So if you just hit the letter A, drag the control, and I want it to end on the early reflections. Let's listen to that in the mix.
I thought you knew. Everybody stop when I walk.
Hey.
Everybody listen when I talk. I look like a boss. Everybody stop. Everybody when I.
All these fun ad-libs that you can get out of the Easy Sample Pack are just so much fun to mix with EXOVERB.
When I walk.
For these, we're going to do a nice long tail on these.
When I walk. Everybody when I walk.
I like the really tight early reflections on this. And let's actually switch to a different effect for this. Let's try one of the brighter ones, like the club.
When I walk.
That's right.
Everybody
I wanted those to feel like they were in the club.
When I walk. Everybody listen.
And without it.
When I walk.
And with it.
When I walk. Everybody listen. When
Turn the width and depth up.
When I walk.
Hey.
Everybody listen. When I talk, I look like a boss. Everybody stop. Everybody.
Let's paste this here on the other shot.
It's true.
Maybe this one can have a little bit of a tail. Drop it over here. Not that much. Right there.
I thought you knew.
And we just brought so much life to this acapella. I'm actually just going to solo the vocal and then drop the beat in.
Okay, got you. Yep. I got you. Oh, so it's true. Yeah, I thought you knew. Oh, school. It's true.
Hey.
Nah, I ain't new to the school. I'm old school. My whole crew. Ooh, I thought somebody told you.
Let's turn EXOVERB off.
It's true. Yeah, I thought you
and
knew.
Back on.
Everybody stop when I walk. Everybody listen when I talk. I look like a boss. Everybody stop. Everybody when I walk. Oh, so it's true. Yeah, I thought you knew. Oh, so it's true. Nah, I ain't new to the school. I'm old school. My whole crew. Ooh, I thought somebody told
this
you.
This reverb is nice.
Old school, it's true.
Those early reflections mixed with late reflections. I'm really loving this. The next place I want to try out EXOVERB is here on the beat. I think I could do something really fun on this little percussive sound in the synths group during this.
When I walk, everybody listen.
We have this basic stock reverb here, but we could do something way better. So let's delete that and drop in an EXOVERB. And let's try having some automation go left and right. I want it to go from late to early, as if there was like a modulation going on. So I'm gonna actually use the Ableton shortcut to draw some pre-modulated reverb for you. Zoom in and just, whoops. Maybe not all the way, just somewhere in the middle.
When I walk, everybody listen.
Yeah, and then I could take this and maybe let's stretch it out going like this way so it's twice as long. Whoops, I accidentally went one bar too far. Let's copy and paste it like this. And let's also bring it this way too, so it's not so wet, and then turn the automation back on.
When I walk, everybody.
Let's go way less on the wet dry.
When I walk, Everybody
Hey.
listen. When I talk, I look like a boss. Everybody stop. Everybody. When I walk, everybody listen.
Maybe a little drier.
Stop. When I walk, everybody listen. When I talk, I look like a boss. Everybody stop. Everybody. When I walk, old school. It's true. Yeah, I thought
copy
you
this
knew.
around.
Old school. It's true. Nah, I ain't new to the school. I'm old school. My whole crew. Ooh, I thought somebody told you. Old school. It's true. Yeah, I thought you knew.
Hey. So as you could hear, we just brought this beat into a much wider and more interesting space, adding a whole bunch of movement to this mix all within one plugin. I think EXOVERB is really a new and fresh take on how to automate your reverb and decide what elements of reverb you want processing your mix, or maybe create some modulation like I did here in the instrumental, where it just slowly slides back and forth and gives you a morphing reverb effect. If you want to check out EXOVERB for yourself by Dear Reality, I'll put a link in the description below and catch you guys next time in another tutorial. Peace out.